Today on Singles Court, Tom is wired up, logged on, and getting off.
He's spending all his time at porno sites, in chat rooms specifically.
But Robin wants to pull the plug on the cyber vixen.
The truth is, he's not interested in sex with me. He hasn't laid a hand on me in about 5 months.
And Forrest's bachelor party is making his wedding plans go bottoms up.
It's my last night as a single guy. What, I promised I'm not going to drink. What's the big deal?
Dominique says stay on the wagon, because you're drowning my passion.
I just don't want you associating with those friends.
I think it's unfair, it's unreasonable. It's not like my friends sit around all day.
Well, hello there, and welcome to Singles Court, the #1 show on the Singles Broadcast Network. And there's a very good reason why. It's relationship mediator Angela Segal.
Michael, you're looking nice and sunny and bright today.
I am the Sun King today. You can call me Louis XIV if you like.
I'd rather not. Let's get on with the case.
But I'd like to introduce you to Tom, who's a bus driver, and Robin, who's a dental hygienist. They've been together for a while. In fact, they live together. However, Robin has a problem with Tom. It's his continual cyber adventures. She feels that Tom's ignoring her and spending more time on the computer, and it's turning into a bit of a porno madness in the house. I'll let her tell you more about it, because I call this the case of virtual sex, real life problems, or emails and she-mails.
Well, Robin, the internet seems to have caused you some problems. What seems to be going on here?
Well, we've been living together for about 18 months, and things were fine for about a year until Tom got a new computer.
She wanted me to advance my horizons.
Yeah, fine.
Become a little brighter, you know?
Can I finish, please?
Go for it.
So he puts it in the basement, and he spends virtually all his time there.
We had no room on the main floor.
That's fine, but every night. And he's not just surfing the net, he's spending all his time at porno sites, in chat rooms specifically.
Please. I ask you every single day, why don't you come downstairs, honey? Come and enjoy.
Tom. Is that true? I mean, do you use the computer only for the porno sites?
No, I write letters, I send emails, I
to
play
people
games.
on the porno site?
That too, but I mean, I also send emails to friends. I have new friends on the emails. You know,
Okay, but how much time would you say in a day? Let's say you come home from work, from that time until the time you go to bed, how many of those hours would you say you spend at the computer?
Well, 3-4 hours. I mean, you know,
At least 4. From
a
the
good
time
part
he
of
comes
the
home
evening.
from work.
From the time I come home from work. Well, you know, if we had dinner on the table, maybe we could sit and relax and
It would be one thing if he
eat
was
together.
just, you know, doing a little experimenting, enjoying. I don't mind him even looking at naked women,
Experimenting?
but
I'm
it's
sorry, Angela, you know what?
every single
No, wait a
day.
minute, wait a minute.
We used to rent porn together.
Question, Robin. Obviously, the computer's in another room. Do you think it would change if the computer were on the main floor? Because I don't think you have a computer. I mean, this is not, 1960. I'm sure it's not a mainframe that can't fit in your living room. So do you think it's geographical where it's located, or do you think he's doing something
looking
that's
at that
Obviously has
anymore.
something to hide.
Something to hide?
Hide what?
I have nothing to hide. Are you kidding me? We used to rent porn together. She used to enjoy it. You used to love every single second of it. It used to turn her on. It used to make her great.
Tom, the question is, the porno sites, you admit they're taking a lot of your time up.
I wouldn't say it's taking a lot of my time, but I enjoy it.
I know you wouldn't. But you did say that it is, because you told me how many hours you
Well,
spent.
I enjoy spending time doing it. I'm not saying that it's taking my time. I'm giving it my time.
Oh, how noble of you.
Maybe they need a faster processor or something in the computer. Would that help?
Michael.
Thanks.
Sorry.
You know what?
So basically, if you're spending that much time there, think about the relationship with your girlfriend.
I tried to.
But if you take that time away from her, what are you going to give her back in return?
But I try to
You're
include
spending
her
all
in
that
everything I
time
do.
in the basement.
I try
I
to
never
include.
see you
I ask you
anymore.
every time.
Robin. With respect to him being in the basement, he's there. It's been going on for quite some
You
time
can
now.
walk down the stairs. Excuse me.
Have you thought about trying to have some sort of inclusion? Maybe there's a site you all can find together.
I would love to do that, but
Well,
he
but
wants to
what have
shut
you-
me
okay,
out.
but
I
what
want to shut you out.
what have you-
Please.
What have you done, Robin, to find that I mean, there's what, thousands and thousands of sites. What have you done to help find something that both of you can do together?
But that's the point. He doesn't want to do anything with me. He goes straight down there, he slams the door, and I know what you're up to.
Oh, you know what I'm up to.
What is he up to? What is he up to?
He's going into chat rooms. He's spending a ton of money. That's another thing.
I work
we
for my
can't
money.
afford
I
it.
can pay, I can spend it on whatever I want to spend it
Hey,
on,
Tom,
okay?
Tom.
Thank you.
Have you heard of something called porno internet addiction? People that are that forget about everything else that's going on in their life.
You're obsessed.
Look, excuse me. You know, if you all wanted to talk to each other, why are you like taking up my space?
That's what I've been asking.
No, that's what I'm asking you now. So you either answer the questions and we try to come to a resolution, or you can leave now and bring somebody else in here who really wants to do something about their life.
I'd like to do something, but I love her.
Okay, but here's the question. If you're taking that time and spending it in the basement, then that means you are taking it away from her. So tell me what you think you can do to include her in what you're doing.
Well, I asked her to come downstairs with me.
No, besides that. Do you see, Robin?
The truth is,
Robin,
he doesn't want to.
why not?
Because he's spending all of his time with stuff like this.
Like what?
Oh, listen, this is what he's up to.
Oh, come on.
His name is Tom's Hot Bod. And
That
he
was a
says,
joke.
I would love
It was
if
a
your
joke.
real
Funny.
tongue was here right now. Glamour girl, oh Tom, pretend that it is and I'm licking your ear.
You know it's not real.
Tell me where your
Come
hands
on.
are. No, it's not real.
Angela,
it's a
that's
fantasy.
not fair. That's not
fine.
fair. How did she go into that? Huh? Are you spying on me? That's not fair.
You
because
left
when I
there
was
for
in,
me to find.
You know-
Hey, wait a
You get
second.
out.
Guys, you know what? If you make me break my gavel, it's going to be all bad in here. So let's just hold on. Let me tell you something. First of all, I have a question for you. That stuff, we know it's not real. But think about it. It's taking real time away from your relationship. That's
You're
why
right.
you're here.
I agree with you.
Okay, good. But you know what? Now let's move to the next step.
Okay.
You know it's taking time away from your relationship. It's not real. What is it about her that you're trying to avoid?
Well, that's the point I'm trying to get at.
Well, hurry up.
Okay, well, the fact is, I used to be involved in Dungeons and Dragons, and she knew it was all fantasy and fake. But when I used to come home, she was all hot and bothered because it was fantasy, and she loved it. And she knows it's not real. It's the same as this here.
On that. You spent time with me back then.
But it's the same thing.
Robin.
It's all
It's
fake. It's
not.
fantasy. It's a thing that we
Robin.
do together.
Robin, do you understand that right now he doesn't want to find another way for you to do something together? But on the other hand, that I've asked you twice what your suggestions are, and you don't have any either.
I've tried things. I just
Like
want to
what?
spend time with him. I've tried cuddling. I've tried
No,
watching
no.
porno videos with him. I've tried going golfing with him, which I hate.
I
I've
appreciated
tried to
that.
get
What do
down
you
there
like
in the
that you've
basement.
tried?
She likes knitting. She likes taping videos. She likes taping The
truth
Price is
is-
Right. Are you kidding me?
the
She
truth
comes home and
is-
watches it
How about
every
the
single
truth?
night.
Shh, shh, shh. The bus is coming to a halt. Shh.
The truth is, he's not interested in sex with me. He hasn't laid a hand on me in about 5 months.
5
And
months.
why
It's
do you think
actually
that is?
4 months. I've been counting. Okay?
Why?
Why? Let me see. She has needs. You have needs. I have
Yes,
needs.
I have needs.
She has to go to the shower. She has to Listerine her mouth, floss, brush her teeth
I don't
before she
wanna
even
have
comes in
bad
the room.
breath before I get
By
into
the time
bed
she
with
comes
you.
in the
What's wrong
room,
with that?
I'm sleeping. And you know what else,
All right,
honey?
okay, let's just turn
Like a
it
dead
down
fish you
a
are.
little bit. Let's turn the
Robin, he
volume
called you a
down.
dead fish. I mean, you have to realize that you all have big issues. I mean, you're fighting here you're on two separate sides. You really are. And it's not about the computer. I'll be back with my resolution. You know, the internet is a wonderful thing, but everything in moderation. You know, Robin, you gave Tom the perfect excuse to bolt down to the basement because you were really unwilling to listen to his needs, unwilling to help and nurture him, and unwilling to meet the needs that he had. Unfortunately, it's pretty hard when the person doesn't tell you what they are and they run down to the basement. Tom, you, on the other hand, created this fantasy world where you could be the stud and hard body that no one would ever really make you be. There was no way to check and see if you were really who you were. And you can create a fantasy and make people believe you're something that you're really not. The problem with that is it really shows that you really don't want to be responsible for what it is that you say or do. You just want to do it. That's where the internet can be harmful because it doesn't really hold you accountable for anything that you say. Relationships, they're in real time. They're not about fantasy. And if your relationship is built on fantasy, it doesn't take long before it collapses. And in this case, both of you are yelling on separate sides. Nobody's listening to the other one. Nobody's willing to meet the other one's needs. No one's willing to come together in the middle. It's just both, yeah. And when you do that, it's amazing what happens. You both end up on separate sides of the bed. And then a year later, you look at each other and try to figure out what happened. It's a terrible place to be. What I can say to you today is try to meet the needs of the other person. Stop and listen. It's amazing how when you shut up and let the other person say something, how you find out loads and loads of things you didn't know. So my suggestion to you today is turn off the computer, cancel your subscription, look at each other, and talk to each other. You'd be surprised. It does work. And that's that in black and white.
Next on Singles Court, Forrest's bachelor party is making his wedding plans go bottoms up.
It's my last night as a single guy. I promised her I'm not going to drink.
You will drink. I know you'll drink, and you're going to lose control, and your friends are going to keep telling you to drink, and then you're going to drink, and then you're going to go out, and then you're going to get some sort of a tattoo on your neck.
Hi, and welcome back to Singles Court, the flagship show of the Singles Broadcast Network. So please say ahoy to our captain, Angela Segal.
This is not the Love Boat.
Aye, Captain, it is not. But we do have a couple of lovers here today in the studio. They are Forrest and Dominique. They've been living together and going together for quite a while now, and they're ready to take it to the next level. They're going to get married. However, Dominique has a few reservations about Forrest's bachelor party. I will let them take it from there, because this is the case of, if you drink, it's my hangover.
Well, Dominique, it sounds like you have an issue with the bachelor party, as many women do. What seems to be the problem?
Well, Angela, if I may.
Okay.
Dominic and I, we've been together for about 2 years. I love her madly. I can't wait to marry her. It is true I've had a bit of an excessive, as she calls it, an excessive drinking problem in the past. But since we've been together...
What do you call it?
I call it maybe excessive drinking.
Okay.
Not to the extreme, but, you know, boys will be boys. And, you know, since we've been together, I think we've worked all that out, and it's in our past.
Okay.
Part of the problem is she thinks my friends are a bad influence on me.
And
as a result, I haven't been spending any time with them. These guys has gone through a lot of trouble to plan this little bachelor poker party for me, and you know, it's my last night as a single guy. I promised her I'm not going to drink. What's the big deal?
Okay,
I'm not going to drink.
Let's ask her. Dominique, what's the big deal? He's not going to drink.
You know, he's making his friends sound like they're the greatest things on earth, and they're not.
What's
wrong
with them?
When we used to go out with them, we'd go out and they'd always want to drink. And they come back to my house, they'd get drink, and they just want to get drunk. And you know, ever since we've been together, he's clean and he's sober, and I like him that way. And I just think it's just better that way. Our life is going really well right now.
So you feel as long as you keep him away from the friends, he never drinks around anybody else?
Right. And I think, well, yes.
Well, you know, I'm not denying that I'm grateful to Dominique for rescuing me from my wilder side, if you will, from myself. She's, at times it's showing me the light, but at the same time, you know, I've told her I haven't seen these guys in a long time.
Right, but can you understand that she feels that the friends give you the environment that causes the problem of the drinking?
I understand that's how she feels, but that doesn't mean that it's so.
Okay, so has it happened without them? The drinking, the excessive drinking, even by your own admission?
I haven't been out
okay,
too much.
Before that, did it happen without them?
Not really,
well,
no.
Then let's think about this. It happens with them. By your own admission, it happens when you're with them. Even if it was a time ago, it was when you were with them. Yeah. So can you see why she thinks if you're with them again?
I can see that. I just think there's more. There's got to be more to it, because I mean, she's accusing me of stuff that.
Well, that's not an accusation. That's a fear. Do you understand her fear?
Yeah. Yes, I can understand her fear.
Okay.
Yes, sure, I can.
Dominique, what's it worth to you in terms of him being able to help you feel better about him having the bachelor party?
It's worth everything to me. I mean, this is
what can he do besides not go?
Oh, well, I just don't want him to drink anymore. And I think those friends are a very bad influence on him. I mean, the last time he said he stopped drinking, he wouldn't go drinking. He went out with his friends, and I said, okay, go. Right. I said, okay, go. And he went out with his friends. It was like a year ago.
Okay.
He went out with his friends, and he came home absolutely so drunk that he passed out. in the front lawn with his pants around his ankles. I can't go there.
Well, I wonder if the neighbors could go there.
Wait a minute.
Did that
Hang on a
happen?
second. This is
embarrassing.
unfair. It's unreasonable,
but
and
did
it's
that
getting
happen?
ridiculous. First to begin.
Did that happen?
Well, not exactly the way she's saying it.
Oh,
did.
it happened.
Which part is right?
Well, I was a little drunk.
Yes, there he was.
admit.
And were you on the lawn with your pants down?
I had to wake him up.
Well, my pants weren't down. My shirt was open. Maybe I don't remember my pants
Were you on the
being
lawn
down.
drunk?
Beg your pardon?
Were you on the lawn drunk?
Yes, he was. Yes, he was.
Well, then that's enough. That's enough of the truth, wouldn't you say?
Hello.
Yeah, fair enough. But I mean, it's my friends ain't that bad. First to begin. I mean,
That was a year ago.
Yeah.
So what's changed in a year that should make her feel better?
Everything has changed.
What?
Well, I mean, for one thing, we're planning to get married. I've stayed away from my friends. I haven't stayed away. I mean, I haven't seen them as much. I've given her the benefit of the doubt. These are decent people.
Okay, but you haven't told me anything that changed with the friends. So, Dominique, let me ask you. The drinking's a problem. It sounds like it's a problem.
Well, it hasn't happened since the year. It hasn't happened.
But he hasn't been around those friends in the year either, right?
Well, right. So that's why I say keep him away, and then we're going to be fine.
Really,
Yeah.
you think?
Well, I think.
Okay.
I think so.
Okay, well, let's talk a little bit about the friends. Because now you think that the friends are the only people. What if they come to him?
Well,
What are
I
you
just
gonna
don't want
do?
him associating with those. I just don't want you associating with those
But
friends.
I
don't
think it's
understand why we
unfair.
need to.
It's unreasonable. It's not like my friends
not
sit
unfair. This is
around
our life we're
all
talking
day
about.
and get drunk. I mean, these are decent people.
You won't
I
be able to
told you I
control-
wasn't going to drink. We shouldn't. You
But
should believe me.
No, you will drink. I know you'll drink, and you're going to lose control, and your friends are going to keep telling you to drink, and then you're going to drink, and then you're going to go out, and then you're going to get some sort of a tattoo on your neck, and then you're just going to come home, and then what?
I don't have a tattoo on my neck.
Where
I
did
think
that
your
come
father does, doesn't it? If I'm not mistaken, your father has a tattoo on his neck, not me.
Does this? I'm confused.
So mine.
What tattoo on your neck? What's that? What is that?
I got a little confused.
With what?
With my father.
Your father what?
He has a tattoo on his neck.
Okay. And?
My father is an alcoholic. And
So you've heard this whole situation before. So it's very familiar to you.
yeah, and I just don't want to go there again.
Okay, but did the geographical cure work for your father?
No, and he's still drinking, but
Okay, so why do you think it'll work for him?
because it was working. He hasn't been with his friends, and it was working fine. I thought now he wants to go and do the stag party, and I just don't want to. I just don't
Not
want
a
to lose.
stag. It's a bachelor party.
Whatever.
Forrest, who makes the decisions when you go out whether or not you're going to
Well, I
drink?
try to consult with her and I try to be reasonable.
No, when you're
about
already out past her,
Yeah.
who makes the decisions?
With
Do you-
regard to
With
what?
regard to whether or not you'll drink and how much?
Well, I mean, I'm a grown man. I'm not a child. I can make my own decisions.
Correct. And I would assume that your friends don't hold you down and pour liquor down your throat.
No, they don't.
Do you understand that, Dominique? And that he makes his own decisions he makes his own decisions. Do you understand that? You
Yeah.
do? Well, my question to you is, what are you going to do if he goes anyway?
Well, probably just worry that he'll come home or maybe be unfaithful to me. Maybe I don't know.
Maybe just worry. I'll be back with my resolution. Alcoholism is not an issue to take lightly. Forrest, you make the decision whether you want to drink or not drink. Ultimately, the decision is yours. But I will tell you that it does matter who you are with, where you go, and the things you do. If all those things lead you to drink again, it does matter. And Dominique, I can tell you from personal experience that when you love someone who has an addiction, there's nothing you can do to control their behavior. Everything that you do to try to change them does nothing but bring you down because they will ultimately do what they want to do. The disease is bigger than either you, bigger than me, bigger than him, bigger than a lot of people. And it's very difficult to watch the people you love destroy their life. And it's not a surprise that you picked a man who was an alcoholic when you came from a father who is an alcoholic, because that's what you're used to. But the good news is you can make a change today and decide that you will stop the cycle right now. In a relationship, Trying to control someone else's behavior seldom gives you the desired result. As a matter of fact, it never does. What happens is you often end up with a result that's totally opposite of what you had intended. The good thing about this is you all do have a future together. You do. It's not as if it's all over and there's nothing you can do, because you do love each other. What I suggest you do is skip the bachelor party, go out to dinner, and then find yourself a program that both of you can get involved in together. And you can deal with the pain of alcoholism, you can deal with the issues that come with it, and you can learn together and know that hurt for you is hurt for him and will be hurt for your future family. I promise you, a drink is not worth the life that you all have ahead of you. And that's that in black and white.
Well, there it is. When it comes to relationships, surfing porn does not compute. You got to keep it real. And it's okay to toast a marriage, but just be careful what's in the glass. Join us next time here at Singles Court, the final word for singles.